that we talked about a lot. And then you had Demarvin Leal come out and talk about everywhere he's going to line up.
True. I saw that. That was good.
I say what I thought about earlier on in the offseason. I think this team's going to play some 4-3.
You reckon?
Yeah.
They play
you said
one snap last year, you said, wasn't it?
One snap, but I think they're building this team to play 4-3. Not now. I'm not saying they're going to shift from a 3-4 to a 4-3. I just think you're going to see 4-3.
They also had Cameron Hayward was talking a few things about how he needs to take off reps. Do you think that plays into it?
Correct. Yes. Because Demarvin Leal is not the defensive end that Hayward is. Benton could do what Hayward does, right? With obviously training and development and all those things. In fact, I would argue I was a lot younger when Hayward came out, but I would argue that Benton might even be a little bit more, I don't know if athletic's the right word, but yeah, probably athletic. I just think he's got a bit more power, a bit more speed there. But I think pulling, put it this way, you could have a pass rush set that has TJ, Alex Highsmith, Demarvin Leal, Keeanu Benton, and you might have like Fiore.
And one middle linebacker, right? Is that correct?
One middle linebacker, right? Like you could have Holcomb in there, or even have Neal come down depending on what you're doing. Because this is the other thing I could see them doing. I think with the 3 safeties, they could have particularly when you start getting the sub package rather in this instance rather than a 4-3. But you could have Kazi as the deep safety, Minkah in as a more in the strong safety spot. Then you got Neal come closer into the box with a Holcomb, and you've still got 4 guys rushing the passer. I think they're going to do some really creative things with this defense.
So if they play a 4-3, not all the time, but they do it right. You have Cameron Hayward, you have Benton, Leal, and Ogunjobi, correct? For the set, and then you have Highsmith and those on the outside. So can Highsmith?
Yeah, Ogunjobi's the name I forgot there. Yeah.
Is Highsmith and TJ then have to try and cover as well? Because
one of them has to step back, and a lot of people. I know, Brian. They're going to be a 3-4, but I'm just talking about what the possibilities are in pass rush sets with a 4-3. So although you're probably joking, I probably thought a bit hard. But put it this way: people will want Highsmith coming down, but TJ's so athletic. The interception with the Bengals last year, the interception he had in his first game of his career, so I would be dropping TJ back. Right, and I'd be rushing Highsmith, and it's actually better as well if they chose to run it because Highsmith does have really good run defense.
Is there ways where you can send 6 of them, all 6 of them at once, and then just keep?
That gives you the option, yeah,
like the blitz. But I guess, yeah. You know what though? I'm not saying change the whole philosophy or scheme, but bring it in, man. Why not? Why not?
Because you could even have if you really wanted to, right? They give you so many options. You could take out Holcomb from that, put in Neal, right? So then you bring Minkah even closer, and you bring Patrick Peterson and Kazi as your 2 deeper safeties.
Right.
So they've got some options there. I actually think Levi Wallace could work well and deeper like that too. But hey, what's up, Dante?
But it's cool though to see that. I think that everyone says, "Well, who's going to be the starting middle linebacker?" It's well. You can have your starters, but they're also going to have all these different identities and schemes, though. You know what I mean?
Well, I think actually, a name I forgot there who would be really helpful in a 4-3 rather than even Holcomb is Herbig. Yeah, Herbig would be helpful there. And you talked about having Hayward in that front 4. I'm saying you take Hayward out sometimes, right? Because you could rush TJ. Because TJ's big enough in a 4-3 that you can rush him as an end there, right? So you could have Benton, Ogunjobi, Leal and TJ on the outside, and then on the inside is your 3 linebackers. You could have Holcomb, Herbig, and Highsmith could come down, and you'd be rushing 5.
Leal was talking about something where he said he pretty much didn't care where he was playing. He just wanted to play kind of thing. So he didn't care if he stood up or
this is the other thing. This makes me think that if Herbig performs, Marcus Golden, as long as there's no injuries on the defensive line, Golden could become a trade target. He could be again like a Mark Ingram, because the reality is you're going to have the outside linebackers are TJ, Highsmith, Herbig, Golden, then plus Leal. That's 5. Now, historically, we've always had an injury there, but like, what's it going to be? And that's why I think even if it's not a 4-3, it's going to be a sub package that looks a lot like a 4-3.
Yeah, and that's what we've been, I think, talking about all in the offseason too, about certain positions. And people say, well, who's going to be the top 2 middle linebackers? I'm like, well, you might sub in Neal, or you might bring this guy down, or Pat Peterson might fill in here. And it's like these guys, like they're all good defenders. They've been playing for a long time. It's like, you know, they've learnt the basics. Let's put some cool packages in, and now you've got. I can't wait to see the actual defense.
Yeah, well, I'm into dynasties. I'm not into one season wonders, but but the other thing that tells me this too was when they never went and got out and got a fully coverage linebacker. Like, I think Holcomb's a lot more athletic than anyone gives him credit for. I think he's a 3 down, like I call him a 3 down, 4 down middle linebacker. But the fact that you brought Neal in, who's this kind of more of a box linebacker, can play a bit of safety. That's what he's proven in his career. We don't even have, like, he's not like a Terrell Edmonds necessarily. Like, so you bring him in, then you're changing his safety set. I just think it all ladders up to a lot more 4-3. But anyway, whatever.